Hello everybody, this is Bill, and I want to thank everybody who participated in the July portion of our RDSS Learn to Win contest. It was a lot of work for me, but I really enjoyed um, keeping track of everybody's score. And I want to thank Ted for developing this spreadsheet, this Excel spreadsheet, which I used to keep track of everybody's day-to-day contest picks. And Ted and I would like, as a gift to everybody, and as a learning tool, to share this spreadsheet. And in this video, I would like to show you how you can make your own 20 race cycle sheets. This is a very good tool. This has helped me a lot in my day-to-day handicapping, because I've always done 20 race cycles, but I've always done them on paper and pen and paper, and I find that they were great, but they were also missing some tools that I think that Ted has really helped develop here, and I'll explain what I mean as we go along. But it's really important to use a 20 race cycle wager decision form, and focus on the races that you won and where your winners come from and where your success is. And this spreadsheet will be I'm sure will be a big help to you. But I just want to show you how you can set up your own 20 race cycle sheets. Now this is the July, what I'm showing here is the July contest score sheet that I'm going to be keeping track of everybody's races, just as I did in June. And so that one, you don't have to worry about messing up the spreadsheet, because I'll be posting this just about once a week, and then I'll keep doing my daily summaries, which I think some people might enjoy. But anyway, if you want to set up your own 20 race cycles, I can show you how to do that in this video. The first thing you need to do, obviously, is open up the spreadsheet, and this will work in Excel. And I have Windows 7 on a fairly new computer. If you have a new computer with Windows 7, you should have Excel built right into it. If you don't, you can use OpenOffice, and there's several threads on the on Pace and Cap on how to download OpenOffice, and it will work on OpenOffice just as well. You'll just have to download it into your copy. But so anyway, and I've posted this up along with this video, the one as it is right now. So far, our Math, Buffalo, XP, and Bo have races entered, but that's about it so far. And so, just to add your own 20 race cycles to the bottom here should be no problem. You can add it right here to 15. Okay, and the way you do that is, let's get started. The first thing you need to do is you have to add your name to a 20 race cycle tab down here. I have everybody who's in the July contest that already entered down here. So what you do is you just use these buttons, and you're going to find the new tab. See this new tab over here? And click on that. And here you're going to see what we're going to be working with. Ted built this for me. And there's your 20 races. Actually, it continues. He's got it going, I believe, to 30 races. But so you can go after 20, and you can stop, or if you want to keep going on our continuous basis, we can do that too. It'll just be your most recent 20 race cycle, which is fantastic. This is a great tool that Ted developed for us. And so let's get started. Now this new tab you have, this is your base, and so you don't want to mess around with this one. In case you make a mistake, you can always go back to this one. So what we want to do is we want to make a new tab, and how we're going to do that is we're going to copy this particular tab. And to do that is very easy. Just right click on your mouse on the tab, hit right click, and we're going to go click move or copy. Okay, and we want to copy the new sheet. So highlight that, right click on it, and then select down here it says copy, create a copy. Okay, and then we want to place it, well, let's not worry about that now. We'll just hit OK. And now we have a new 2. New 2. Okay. All right. So now the important thing is you have to name it something, because it has to tie in. If you want to see like your total on the list on the front on the player summary, what you do is you have to name it something that will correspond to the player summary sheet. So let's hit let's right click again, and this time we're going to click rename, and we're going to name it cycle 1. Right, because it's only going to be you. You're the only one who's going to be using it. Then you can make another one, cycle 2, another one, cycle 3, or you can do the running 20 race cycle. But either way you want to do it. I particularly like to keep my 20 races separate. You know, because I kind of like to see my success in 20 race groups, not how I'm doing at the particular moment. Okay, so I'm going to name this cycle 1 over here, and I'm going to copy that same name over here. I don't think you need to put it up here in the right corner, but I do anyway, because that's how I set up your guys' summary sheets that I use for the contest. Okay, so I named it here and here. Now I'm going to hit OK or click Enter, right? And then I'm going to go over to the player summary sheet. So I'm going to scroll back over here and click player summary, and I'm going to put cycle 1. And you want to name it exactly what you named your sheet on the tab. They have to match exactly, and don't put any spaces. Don't put cycle space 1 or your name space. There can't be any spaces. That's the way Ted, and you'll see over here, no spaces allowed in worksheet names. Okay, so then hit enter, and it's going to work, because there's your starting bankroll of $2,000, and there's your hit rate, your net score, the number of plays, and number of hits and number of plays. Okay, so let's go back to the tab now. Let's find your new tab. There's cycle 1. Okay, I'm going to hit enter. And now let's get started. The way you do that is, let's pretend like I did yesterday. I had one winner over at I believe it was Hollywood, and so I'm going to put 7-1 was yesterday. All right, there's the date. It fills it in for you. The track was Hollywood, here Hollywood Park, and I believe it was the 6th race. I'm not sure, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to show you in this demo. And I bet the 9. Here's my first bet. Here's your first wager, right? You put your name. You can bet win and place. There's only win and place, so if you bet show, I don't know what to tell you. The Ted only has formulas for win and place, because that's what we use in the contest. But anyway, that was my first wager, and I bet $50 to him. On him. Okay. For my second wager, it was on the 4 horse, and I bet 50 on him, but let's show you can do win and place. Let's say I bet 25 win and 25 place. So you have 4 bet boxes. You have 2 for your first. You have a win and place for your first wager, and a win and place for your second wager. So my total wagers for the race was $100. 50 to win on the 9, 25 and 25 on the 4. Okay. And then you just scroll over to a little bit to the right. And over here is where, after the race is run, you enter the winning horse, the 9-1, and he paid $7.60. Okay, so no, actually he paid $10.40. So changing myself here. He paid $10.40, and I don't remember what he bet the place, because I didn't bet him to place. So let's just say he bet. And you don't have to, if you only bet win, you don't have to put these other prices in, or if you only bet place. But I find it's easier just to put everything in, in case you want to back and think of what if I bet win and place, or what if I bet win and show, or whatever. So let's just make up a number. Let's say you bet $4 to place. Or you paid $4. And the actual horse who placed was, I think it was the 3. So we missed out on our place bet, and we'll put $4 for him to place also. And then if you want to put any notes in here, like track was muddy. Of course, it's never muddy in California. Let's just put hit exacta also, but they did hit exacta, and it paid $24. Okay, you can whatever you want to do, you know, because like sometimes I'll bet 2 horses to win, and it'll show up as a loss, but I'll also hit the exacta. So I want to, you know, just give myself a little bit of a boost, an ego boost. I'll put, you know, hit the exacta, or sometimes I'll bet like show. I bet show a lot, and you know, I'll put my show price over here. Just it's all good, so I can keep track of my 20 race cycles that way too. You know. It's not going to calculate anything here for you, but it's a nice tool that Ted added to the spreadsheet. So that's it. So let's see if this works, because we have our race, we have our date, the race number, the program number that we bet, how we bet it, our second wager, same thing. Okay, and it automatically. This is the great thing about this. This is going to really help you, because it really helps me. I know it really helps me. Is it keeps track of exactly how much money you won. The thing about doing races on a 20 race cycle with paper is, you know, I write down the $2 win price, but then you have to figure out how much you won if you bet $5 or $10, whatever it is. And sometimes I don't bet the same amount each race. You know, sometimes I'll bet, you know, $7. If I bet $10 a race, I'll bet 7 and 3. Or 6 and 4, or 5 and 5. So it's all a mishmash, and this is great because it keeps track of everything for you, right down to the last cent of how much money you bet and how much money you won. So that's great. So now let's see if it transferred over to the player summary automatically. So we're going to go back over here, and it did. So in this cycle, I bet 1 race, I hit it. My total bankroll now is $2,160. My hit ratio is 100%, and my net score is 2160. And that's because that's how we keep track of the contest. That's your bankroll times your hit rate. So now I have one. So I have 1 play, and I hit 1, and then so this will increase on every bet you make. And it will keep track of everything for you, and that's it. And so this is great. And then when you're done, if you want to do another one, you can put it here, or you can the way Ted developed the spreadsheet, you can do it on an ongoing basis. Your 21st race, you can delete your first race, and then your 21 race will be your next race in the cycle. So you have an ongoing cycle. However you want to do it. If you want to do it every 20, you want to do it ongoing. It will work both ways. So I hope this helps, and if you have any questions, just post something up on this thread, and I'll be able to answer it, or Ted, no, Ted can. So, well, good luck, and I hope this was a big help and good skill. Bye.